Our year-long battle with COVID-19 put evictions on hold, but local housing courts are bracing for a surge in cases when the moratorium lifts at the end of the month. Housing insecurity in Akron is all too real. Before the pandemic, the city had nearly 2,500 evictions. That's almost 7 households a day evicted. Akron's eviction rate was the highest in the state, one of the highest in the country. So tonight, we turn our attention to the issues causing the crisis and the help available to turn it around in our Home in Akron series. Now, Summit County is offering a new round of assistance to struggling families. The county recently approved $16 million for utility and rent assistance. That issue of rising rent can hit minority communities the hardest. But as Bob Jones shows us, there are places people can turn for help.
We don't want to get out there and, try to purchase our own home and then end up back to where we started. So
Iris and Alex Ford know how quickly life can turn upside down. It happened to them and their 4 kids 5 years ago.
I got evicted. I was, lost a job. It was just real bad times, like really bad times.
Rising rent is an ongoing concern in many parts of Akron. In 2000, the average rent was $483 a month in the city. It jumped to $679 in 2010 and up to $816 in 2019. Housing studies show rents cut deepest into incomes in minority neighborhoods. Iris knows that firsthand. After the eviction, her family moved in with other relatives for about a year.
That was the bulk of it. Like every other bill wasn't too bad. It was just the rent. The rent was a big one for us.
Despite the pandemic, their lives have turned around. Iris became a nurse last year. Alex is a contractor in the construction field. They now live in this West Akron home, the rent fixed at $665 per month. It's owned by Nazareth Housing Development Corporation, which acquires abandoned or foreclosed properties and renovates the houses. Keith Harris is the project's manager.
Our mission is to house people, or not to evict people. So we do everything we can to keep people in houses.
And the Fords have even bigger dreams.
Eventually, our goal is basically we want to own our own home.
According to the United Way of Summit and Medina counties, the path to home ownership is much more difficult in minority communities. And the first issue is banking access.
Oftentimes, our minority population doesn't have those relationships with banking in a way that's meaningful.
President and CEO Jim Mullen says the Financial Empowerment Center, a partnership between United Way and the city of Akron, offers hope and free help by focusing on establishing banking relationships, increasing savings and credit scores, and reducing debt, all keys to owning a new home.
We've collectively reduced debt by over $1.5 million. We've increased asset by over $1 million, and the people that we've seen, credit scores are up 30%.
Iris feels that kind of help for folks struggling to make ends meet is crucial, especially during the COVID-19 crisis.
I think that's important, and I think it's, it helps out. It'll help you definitely in the long run.
The Fords believe owning their own home is on the horizon. They're saving up while also focusing on other family goals.
We got a kid going to college next year, so we want to just take our time and make sure that we follow the proper channels.
In Akron, Bob Jones, News 5.
This Home in Akron story is part of a local media collaborative. Throughout the year, we will explore the issues confronting Akron's housing and rental markets and the impact on the community. Project partners include the Akron Beacon Journal, the Devil Strip, WKSU, Your Voice Ohio, and the Center for Investigative Reporting. If you want to get involved or you want to help in any other way, you can sign up on our News 5 app. Click on the Home in Akron section.